Name of the earth maker, pain bearer, and life giver. Amen. I absolutely love listening to music and could happily do it all day long. But usually I find it tricky to get into things like audio, books, and podcasts. But recently that changed when I started listening to John Philip Newell's book, Sacred Earth, Sacred Soul. And I realized this morning that we are also looking at another one of his books is as part of our 3D dialogue this evening. In chapter 2 of Sacred Earth, Sacred Soul, he focuses on St. Bridget and explores some traditional Irish and Scottish practices. These were practices where God was recognized, where the divine was woven almost seamlessly into daily life. Clearly visible in nature and still echoed in everyday sayings, even present today. These constant little reminders of the divine in and around all of us. God was understood to be present in every part of creation. How might our lives be different if we truly see God in everything? Would it shift how we act, how we relate to others, animals, and the natural world around us? If we recognize this, would we notice Lazarus amongst us? Would we know his name, reach out in kindness, or lend a helping hand? Would we still need a miracle, someone raised from the dead to wake us up? Was the rich man truly bad just because of his wealth? Was he simply worn out and preoccupied, or did his fault lay elsewhere? On the surface, today's gospel reading of Lazarus and the rich man would appear to be about wealth, helping those in need and sharing the resources we have. Now, these are all important things to practice as we reach out to care for one another and all of creation. Other themes in this parable could be summed up with one word: seeing. After all, to show compassion, first we must see. To be part of community requires us to see each other, to see the inherent dignity in all. To truly see, to truly being seen. Isn't that connection? Isn't that relationship? Isn't that what God does and invites us to be part of here and now? The rich man had wealth, but we have no name for him. Lazarus had nothing but a name that the rich man knew, as is revealed after his death. The world around us promotes individualism, and unfortunately that quite easily leads to self-absorption, a dead end, and the unending desire for more satisfaction that can never be reached, and a cycle that will never end with true satisfaction. Things can be easily taken away from us, whether through financial hardship, a health crisis. Then we too have nothing but a name, if others are able to see us at all. And as I contemplated this gospel reading and did my own readings, I was surprised about how many times the stories of people who were homeless came up, and the encouragement to listen to them, to hear their story, because they are more than just that one element of not having a home. A great gulf separated Lazarus and the rich man. The rich man failed to see Lazarus' needs. Some needs, like a person begging at your front gate, like Lazarus was for the rich man, may be easy to see if we look. Other needs are less obvious. Unmet needs of hunger, safety, connection are all around us. And they may even be present amongst us as we gather here today. the needs of people who are not as different from us as we would like to believe. But we share a radical hope that transcends individualism, a hope birthed in connection and relation with God. This is not only a future hope, something to wait for until we return to God. This is a hope we are encouraged to participate in and make possible today, in God's kingdom here amongst us. Listening to the stories of those around us, walking with them in their struggles, and to see, really see, the pain living in their eyes. This allows us to make a bridge between the seemingly great chasm between us. We are open to the world in all its richness, brutality, and immense complexity. But we also see the person in front of us as a beloved child of God. Indifference, not listening, not seeing, that is the real sin present in this parable. That is not to say we must see and take on every issue in the world, with so much death, destruction, and many people struggling just to survive. There is no way we can hold it all, and quite often, listening to the news can be completely overwhelming with all that is happening. At the same time, it is important that we do not let ourselves be so closed off from all this world God has made and all the people in their rich diversity who inhabit it. Little things can and do make a real difference in the world. One point of connection, one act of kindness can literally be life-saving and be as simple as really seeing the other. Listening for listening's sake and not in order to be able to respond. God's beloved children, God's beloved creation, where we stand as equals. Even in death, the rich man placed himself above Lazarus, asking Abraham to get Lazarus to fetch water or to warn his brothers. He denied Lazarus' personhood and failed to see that Lazarus was his equal in the eyes of God. So I invite you all to ponder what needs are sitting on our own doorsteps. Is it possible for us to see what stops us from seeing them? Is it our indifference, our fear, our lack of hope or lack of confidence? Is our worldview one of scarcity with limited resources or abundance with more than enough for all? May we have eyes to see all of God's children and creation as we really are, broken, beautiful, and created in God's image. In a community, we may come together and affirm one another, assure one another that there is enough as we trust, share, and care, lightly holding the good things of God in our possession and allowing them to flow forth in a river of goodness to sustain this weary world. May we listen and may we see the image of God that dwells within each and every one of us. In the name of Christ, Amen. And with lots of help from Everready this morning.